Hey guys, it's Janai and I'm back. So I'm 17 years old and this upcoming fall I will be a sophomore at Rutgers. So I get a lot of questions about how I graduated high school early, and then when I got to college a lot of people were like, oh my god, you're 17, like especially during the spring semester, because in the fall semester, like in the beginning, a lot of people could start at 17 and then turn 18, but no, I was 17 all of my freshman year, still 17 until next month, and I'll be 18 in July. So yeah, a lot of people ask me like, wow, you graduated at 16, like how? Like, so if you're interested, you can listen because I will talk about that. So I did 3 years of high school. I spent my first year at Sterling and my last 2 years at Winslow. So I guess I'm just gonna explain how I did it and how I liked it and going to college at 17. I don't know about every high school, but for my high school you needed 120 credits to graduate at Winslow, but at the first high school that I went to you needed 130. So you do more credits per year so that you can have 130. Like, I don't know how to explain that. Like, okay, so basically since you needed 130 credits at Sterling to graduate, most people, well, the average schedule was like you take 35 credits per year, and at Winslow you take 30 per year. So after my first year at Sterling I had 35 credits. So then I went to Winslow my next year, and I had brought up to my guidance counselor about graduating early, but I didn't really have a reason why. I didn't have a plan. So she was just like, you know, it's not really suggested for people if they don't really know why, because mostly people who graduate early are people who have like a lot of years of college coming up, so they want to get started early. So I didn't really have a reason. So going into my sophomore year, I hadn't planned on graduating early. Then going into my junior/senior year, like the summer after my sophomore year, I thought about it again because I could have graduated early. Like, I could have either graduated when I did in 2015, or I could have stayed a whole nother year just to take gym and English. So I was like, no, like I can go to college early, like definitely. So basically my senior year I didn't take a lunch. I replaced my lunch with senior English. So my senior year I was taking junior and senior English, and everybody was like, oh my gosh, but don't you need 4 years of gym? No, you need as many years of gym as you are in high school. So I had a regular freshman year, a regular sophomore year, and then my last year of high school I took both junior and senior English. So a lot of people ask, like, was it overwhelming? Like, were you stressed your last year? Not really, no, because the only thing that would have stressed me out was having 2 English classes, because other than that everything was normal. All that happened was I didn't have a lunch. So people would ask, like, were you stressed? But my English teachers, they were very understanding that I had 2 English classes and that I was graduating early, so they were kind of lenient, and like nothing really conflicted. Like, I never had 2 research papers due at the same time, or like nothing ever conflicted with anything, so it wasn't really overwhelming. Everything was just the same. As far as like socially, I didn't really talk to that many people in high school, so like it wasn't like I was leaving behind a whole bunch of friends by graduating early. Like, I left behind my best friends, but I still talk to them. But even when I was in school, my best friends, we didn't really hang out that much outside of school anyway, so it wasn't like we were gonna miss a lot by me going to college earlier. And then the year when I went from the class of 2016 to the class of 2015, like I met a whole bunch of new people. Some of them tried to exclude me as a senior, like when it came to like Spirit Week or stuff like that. Like, you're not really a senior, you're gonna tell all the juniors everything, like whatever. And then the juniors would be like, oh no, you're fake, like go be a senior, you're not part of us anymore, like whatever. I don't care. So that was really it, like as far as like people, because I didn't really talk to anyone. And then I made friends by like I made a lot more friends by switching classes. And then one of the friends I made, we ended up going to the same college, and now we're always together, so that's a benefit. I love her. Anyway, and then wait, was that it for everything about high school? Yeah, it was interesting because like a lot of people were like, Janai, what are you doing graduating, or what are you doing here with the seniors, or like what is going on? And I like to not explain it because it just like I just like to leave people curious, but now I'm making a video, so everybody who was curious can know now. So then going to college at 17, I thought I was gonna like not be able to do a lot because I wasn't 18, but really it's not any different than going to college at 18. Nobody really even knows your age. People barely even know your grade. Like everybody's it's just a big mix of just everybody. And a lot of people didn't care about my age. Like I thought a lot of people would try and like be like, oh, you're really young, so I'm just not gonna mess with you. But it wasn't even like that. Actually, people thought it was really interesting and cool. Like, oh my gosh, like wow, like you graduated in 3 years. Like that's so cool. Like yeah, that was cool. And then the only things that I didn't like were like needing parental signatures for everything. Like not really at school, but like when I would try and do things around school, like something as simple as going to Sky Zone, I needed a parent signature because I was 17. Or my friend went to get her belly pierced, and I already have my belly pierced, but like if I wanted some other piercing or whatever, like I wasn't 17. I wasn't 18, so I couldn't get it, and my parents weren't gonna come up here just to sign a paper or whatever. But other than that, everybody just treats you like a grown-up. Like you don't need working papers to work at school. Like everything, it's all the same. But I think that's it. So yeah, like I'll be 18 July 29th, and then I'll be a sophomore in the fall. But I think that's it as far as graduating early and going to college at 17. I just find it interesting for myself, and I'm proud of it, and I like to share it, and I like to tell people about it, but I don't really go into depth about it, like as far as the whole credits thing, because I really don't think people care. Like I just explain like, yeah, I didn't take a lunch and I took the English. But if I could go back in time and do it again, I would. I wouldn't really suggest it to other people. Like you can if you want to. There's not really any disadvantages about it, but like you don't really enjoy all of high school as much as if you were to stay all 4 years, like as far as bonding with your class and going on the senior trip with your class, because I went on the senior trip and did all that other stuff with the class of 2015 who I had just met that year. So like I don't know, like I look at the like I watch people's Snapchats and look at people's Twitters of people from the class of 2016 who I used to know. Well, not used to know, but like yeah, and like they love the class and doing all the stuff that you do with your class, like Powder Puff games and pep rallies and all that other stuff. Like you really kind of miss out on that, or you do it with a whole new group of people and it's just not the same. But like I didn't care. Like it's not that I was antisocial, but like I had fun with my little group of people regardless, so I didn't care. But yeah, you gotta miss out on stuff like that, but I didn't care. Like when I thought about doing the Powder Puff game, like people were iffy, like what team would you be on? So I just didn't do it. And then technically I was considered graduating junior, not a senior. So in the beginning half of my last year I was a junior, and in the second half I was a senior. So if I wanted to run for homecoming senior queen, which is in October, I couldn't because I was a junior, but I could run for prom queen in the fall. I meant in May because I was a senior. But stuff like that, it kind of just gets confusing, but I really didn't care. I'm glad I graduated early. I'm glad I went to college when I did, and I would do it all over again. But that was just me sharing my little story. I thought some people might be interested in that because people ask me about it here and there. It's not really like a popular topic, and it's not really that uncommon, but I'm just proud that I did it. But yeah, that was how I graduated high school at 16. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.